kids, this is our quick lesson on patterns. Now you've probably done patterns all throughout your elementary school years, so this is probably mostly review. Okay? So patterns, we have three different kinds of patterns. We have patterns that repeat or stay the same, those that shrink or get smaller, and those that grow or get bigger. So if we look at an example of some patterns that are repeating or staying the same, you might see 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. The pattern is 2, then 3. Okay? Or you might have one that repeats like this: circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. Every time there's a square, the next one will be a circle. After a circle will always be a square. Okay? So it's just repeating. There's no rule. Shrinking patterns are those that get smaller. So here we start with the number 10, and we're going to decrease by 1 each time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So our rule here is we're decreasing or getting smaller by 1. Or you might see it with dots. So here we have 6 dots, and then 5, then 4, 3, 2, and 1. So again, we're decreasing the number of dots by 1. Okay, here patterns are getting bigger. This is getting bigger. It's growing. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm growing by 2 each time. Or here you might again see like a dot where you have 1, and then 3, and then 9. So here I just multiplied each one by 3, okay, to grow it or get it bigger. Okay? Now, in order to figure out the rule of a pattern, you need to make what I call little carrots. Okay, it's like a V. I'm going to take my 2 and 3, the first two numbers, and make a caret or a V. And I'm going to figure out what is the difference between 2 and 3. Okay, am I increasing or decreasing? Well, I'm going to increase by 1 to get from 2 to 3. Now I'm going to take my caret from 3 to 5 and figure out that I'm going to increase by 2. Do this again. I'll see I'm increasing by 3 and then by 4. Okay? So now here's how I find my rule. I'm increasing by 1 each time. I went from increasing 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So now I know this time I need to increase by 5. 12 plus 5 is 17. Okay, do the same thing, another caret. I'm going to increase by 6 this time. 17 plus 6 is 3. Carry the 1, 23. And then last time, another caret, and this time I want to increase by 7. 7 and 23 is 30. Okay, so my rule is increasing each of these by 1 every time. You notice I've just counted up 1 more each time. And then if is this a growing, shrinking, or repeating pattern, and it is a growing because I'm getting bigger. Okay, I'm going to do another example. Start here, the first two numbers with a caret. Now I'm decreasing, so I'm going to do a minus sign. But to go from 62 to 60, I need to subtract 2. To get from 60 to 58, I need to subtract 2. And to get from 58 to 56, I need to subtract 2. Notice that even after these two were the same, I did not stop. You need to go the whole way to see the pattern, because sometimes it can be minus 2, and then minus something else, and really they're multiplying to find these numbers. So make sure you do the pattern all the way out, extend it as far as it will let you go. So I am indeed going to just keep subtracting 2. So 54. 54 minus 2 is 52. And 52 minus 2 is 50. Okay, since I started at 62 and decreased by 2 each time, this is a shrinking pattern, okay? Now, just because my rule of minus 2 is repeating doesn't make this a repeating pattern. Remember, a repeating pattern is one that just stays the same the whole time, like 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, that's not what this is doing. Okay, it's counting backwards by 2s, so it is shrinking. Okay, next one, from 39 to 40, I'm going to increase or go up by 1. 40 to 41, same thing. Okay, notice each of these numbers is just increasing by 1, so this will be 44, 45, and 46 plus 1 is 46. Okay, and again, this is a growing pattern because I'm increasing by 1. It's not repeating because I haven't gone back and done 39 again, okay? It would be repeating if I went 39, 40, 41, 39, 40, 41, 39, okay? Do you see how you have to go back and repeat numbers? Okay, so this is growing or getting larger. Last one, 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8. Now this is where the caret, you don't need it because you can tell it is just repeating, okay? It's gone back from 3 to 8, back to 3 to 8, back to 3 to 8. So this is just going to continue to be 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, repeating. Okay, so the only time you need these carets is when it's not a repeating pattern, when the numbers are growing or shrinking. Okay, and again, these are your rules. Whatever your caret's telling you, that's your rule. Okay? There are 3 other ways we can continue a pattern other than repeating, growing, and shrinking, and that is flipping. When you move over a line, you'll get a mirror image of something. So if I take this T and I flip it down, that's what it would look like. If I take this pentagon, or it kind of looks like a home plate in baseball, and flip it over that line, I'm going to get the mirror image of it. Okay, another thing I can do is turn or move an object around. So if I take this arrow pointing up, I could turn it to the right. Or if I take this little like arrow, kind of arrowhead type looking shape, I could turn it around all the way so that it points in the opposite direction. Okay, and the last thing I can do is slide or just move along a line. Notice this shape when you slide does not change at all. Okay, so I could slide it directly across, I could slide this circle down, or I could slide the triangle up. But notice that these shapes did not change, and these did. Okay, you get the mirror image or the opposite, and here you've changed the direction it's facing. Okay, and here is your homework. For questions 1 through 3, I would like for you to tell me the rule, if there is one, and then I want you to tell me if it's growing, shrinking, or repeating. Remember, if it's repeating, there's no rule. For 4 and 5, I'd like for you just to continue the pattern of these shapes. And then for 6, 7, and 8, I'd like for you to tell me if I have flipped the object, if I have slid the object, or if I have turned the object. And if you'd like, you could just write F for flip, T for turn, and S for slide, or you can write it out, up to you. So 1 through 3, give me a rule if there is one, and then if it's growing, shrinking, repeating. If it's repeating, there will not be a rule. 4 and 5, you just need to continue the pattern. And then 6, 7, or 8, tell me if it's flipped, turned, or slid. Okay, good luck.